through here. All right. All right. Awesome. 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 So truly excited for y'all to be here tonight. And so me and Mr. Gary Edwards, we have some amazing information that we want to go over with you as far as customer acquisition, as far as, lead generation and different things like that. So hopefully, y'all will find value in our presentation on tonight. We really want to help you to get your business to the next level, as far as, you know, knowing how to, find customers and knowing how to work smarter, not harder, if that makes sense. And so like I said, truly excited for y'all to be here. And so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Starrlyn McMillan. I am a regional elite in the company, still trying to get used to these new titles. I joined back at the end of November. So this makes about 4 months that I've been with the company. And so, sorry, y'all, my light tried to go out on me. And so, just been a truly amazing experience all the way around, just being able to help customers as well as agents to get to the levels that they want to be in their lives. And so I come from a mental health background, so I've been in mental health for over 20 years. Really enjoyed it, but at the same time it was very, very stressful. And anybody that's been in mental health, that they don't pay you what you should be making in that field. Even with a bachelor's degree, I was still finding, especially like during the holiday times, I would have to find a second job to make sure that I had things that I want to for my children. And so with this company, it's just truly changed my life, as far as being able to have time with my children, something that I never, really had much of before, because I've always been a workaholic. I have 4 children ranging from 22 to 9. And so when I tell you this opportunity here, when Mr. Gary Edwards, introduced the opportunity to me, actually I was on a phone with him and one of my friends that had joined the company, and really wasn't looking at this as far as a business. Y'all probably heard my testimony before. I really wasn't. I was looking for something totally different, but it was just something about that call to where I could see that, I could really help people, change their lives. And so it's just been an amazing experience all the way around. So truly, truly happy to be here. Happy that y'all are on here with us tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here. So we truly appreciate you. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go over customer acquisition with you, ways of, really reaching out to customers, and really getting that customer base up. And so without further ado, I'm going to share my screen, and then y'all let me know when y'all can see it. All right. All right. Are you able to see that?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
turn.
We can see it.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go over tonight customer acquisition. And so one quote that I really like is a quote from Maya Angelou, and it says, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." So that's, I really truly honor this lady here, and so that's an amazing quote from her. And so on tonight, we're going to go over trial runs, the importance of trial runs. Hey, look, y'all, if y'all don't know it by now, trial runs are the key to this business. That's one of the major keys is, having people to, promote your business for you. For one thing, giving you access to people that are outside of your Facebook friend list. So super, super important. We're going to go over, friend requests and the display of knowledge, finding your niche, however you want to say that. And then consistency and positivity. That's also very key to your business, right? And so this is one of the posts that I have, especially if I have a new agent come on. This is what I call their initial launch post. And so it just says, "Good morning. I need, 100 people to help me expose my business by letting me send a post to them to share on their timeline. Who's willing to help me?" So basically and then you want to make sure that you tag 100 people in that trial run post. Super important. So like I said, that's going to give you expose you to a different audience than what you would normally have, with your Facebook friends. And so this is a trial run that, this is kind of the way that you structure a trial run. So this right here, I'm going to tell you why this is important. So, anytime that you're sending the same exact post to a lot of people during a short period of time, what that will look like to Facebook is that you're spamming. And so they will actually put you in Facebook jail. They'll lock you out to where you can't post to anybody, during a certain time frame. So you definitely don't want to get put in Facebook jail. That's super, super important. So by, bypassing that, you can put the person's name in, hello, and state their name. And so that basically changes this whole entire post into an original post, if that makes sense. So that will kind of keep you out of, Facebook jail. And then on top of that, by you addressing them by their name, that makes them feel comfortable. Okay, well, this is not just, a scam, nobody's reaching out to me. She's actually, addressing me by my name. So that's just a little trick right there. And then, send them this trial run here. That's one that's really good. And I'm gonna show you a few other ones that I've used. So that this top one right here, I'm helping, 250 single moms fix their credit, who wants in. So that trial run has really gotten me the most, as far as customers. I don't know what it is about that post right there, but people really like that post. And so what I would suggest y'all do is take a screenshot of this and just, tailor it to your personality. But these are 3 trial runs that I know really work well. Okay. And then you want to send friend requests to people that are like you, right? Like attracts like. So you want to find people that have the same interests, the same goals, and different things like that. So when you go onto Facebook, you can actually click on where it says friends, and it'll show you people that for some reason y'all have some type of common interest. Whether it's another friend or whatever. And so what I suggest is if your Facebook page, if you have less than I would say 3,500 people on your friend list, you need to grow your list. That's super, super important. You need to expose yourself to, a whole another group of people that can actually see your posts. And you want those people to be people that are, are like-minded, if that makes sense. And then, make sure that when you're posting stuff, this is super, super important. When we know that you're in business for yourself, but don't lose track of who you are. Make sure that you're posting, different things it doesn't look like you're just running a credit repair ad all over your Facebook page. So you want to, put in things that, like with me, I post something motivational every morning because, that's what people know me for. And so, don't stray away from who you are, but at the same time, know that now you have a business. So you can't, have certain things on your Facebook page that you would normally have. So, still keep it to where, you're still representing the fact that you're now a business owner. So super, super important. But, give people value, free value. Every once in a while, just throw out a credit tip. If you go into the Facebook, our Messenger booster groups, you'll see where people put in, credit tip Monday, and really utilize that booster group. If you don't know, different things to post, look on there and see what everybody else is doing, and just leverage off of that. Nobody cares that you're taking their post and putting it on yours. We're all a family, and so we all want to help each other. So whatever you see on my page, or any of the leaders page, or anybody on our team, feel free to take that. But just work on giving people free value, that doesn't, cost them anything. And that's going to really build rapport with people. You want to be able to build rapport, if that makes sense. And then, like I said, just add value and proof. Like, if you have, a client that, has shown, results with their page, just, give them a shout out. Don't post their actual, credit score, but you can say, hey, I have a customer, and this is what is done for them, and really leverage that. People want to see value. They want to see that this thing works. They want to see that we're telling them, actually, we're showing proof of what we're telling them. So that's super, super important. And then, you want to find your niche, however you want to say it. You want to find a group of people that you resonate with, right? We can't be everything to everybody. And so, find, people that, share your same interests. So, join groups. If you're a single mother, join single mothers groups. If you want to, focus towards, real estate agents, car salesmen, different things like that. Just find a certain group of people that you want to gravitate towards. In that way, you can post stuff on your page that kind of goes in line with what their interests are, if that makes sense. And so that's a really important key, is finding just people that are that you resonate with and that you really want to reach out to. And like with mine is single women. So I'll look at different things that single women post, as far as friends, and I'll just reach out to them and say, hey, you know what, I noticed that you said something on your page and it just really reached out to me, and I just wanted to let you know how special that was that I read. And just start the conversation. It doesn't have to be about credit initially, but just reach out to them about something that that y'all have in common, and then just build a conversation from that. And then consistency and positivity, that is really important in your business. So you want to be able to be consistent. You know don't say, well, I got, 3 customers yesterday, so today I'm just going to, chill, and I'm not going to do anything with my business. That is the worst thing that you can do. Because one day that you're not consistent can really change. You can lose momentum like that. And so you don't want to lose your momentum. That's super, super important. And then, stay positive. With this business right here, it's times where things aren't going to go the way that you want it to go. But, you have to know that if you continue to do what you're doing, that it's going to pay off. And so just, continue to be positive. And then, leverage our additional services. Y'all, we have some amazing services to help people, on top of the credit repair, to build positive lines of credit. So leverage off of that. We have a secure credit card that, can, help people to increase their credit scores. We have our Credit My Rent program. So those are 2 amazing services that we have. And to be honest, I've gotten a lot of customers just from sending them the secure credit card link. I'll post something about that, and then I'll send it to them. I won't say anything about credit initially, but then a week later I'll reach out to them and say, well, hey, did you ever get that? Did you apply for that card? And so that leads me into a conversation about, well, is there anything else as far as credit that you need? And so I've gotten a lot of customers from that. And so if y'all want to take a screenshot of this right here, this document right here is super, super important. This will keep you on track as far as your consistency, as far as, staying on track with what you need to do. So are you reaching out to 5 new prospects, every day? Are you, how many new exposures are you having? Who have you exposed yourself to that you haven't before? How many new conversations have you had? Are you following up with people that you've already recently, talked to? Super important. How many new decisions have you gotten today, whether it's a no or a yes? And then how many trial runs have you done? You need to be doing at least, 5 trial runs per day. And that's kind of lowballing it. It should be, trial runs should be something that you're doing, consistently on a daily basis. And so, just like I was mentioning before, look, y'all, there's money in the follow-up. I've had, so many people that for whatever reason or another, they don't sign up initially. Even this week, I was talking to people and they're like, well, I get paid on Friday, and, reach back out to me then, or, the 15th of the month or the first of the month. So just know that, following up with people will really change your business, and follow up with them every 3 to 5 days. You never know what's going on with people, why they, can't really do it at that time. But just, follow up. And, Fridays are paydays for a lot of people. So you should be following up with people, on Fridays. Super, super key. And then, keep a book of your business. So, keep track of, who you need to call on this day. Um, because you're not going to, especially when you start getting a lot of customers, you're not going to be able to keep that in your mind. You have to have it, in a notebook, or, some type of spreadsheet or something to show you, how to follow up with those customers. And so this right here, y'all, look, drop a one in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. You have to be coachable. Um, you have to be able to, take constructive criticism. You know, um, that's going to be the key. You never want to get to the point where you feel like you know everything, or you don't need any type of leadership. That's the wrong way to go. Because there's never going to be a time, or never a situation, a position that I'm in where I don't feel like I need some type of coaching, some type of leadership. So super important. And then get on these 3-way calls with your uplines. Super important. That's how I learned to close so quickly, was just by getting on the phones with my uplines, sitting back, and I would not interrupt them. I would let them do it, because if I'm an expert, I don't need them on the phone, right? So if you're on the phone with a leader, you introduce the person that, whether it's a customer prospect or an agent prospect, and you introduce your leader, you edify them, and after that, put your phone on mute and let them take over. And then you sit back and you take notes until you feel like you're comfortable with closing customers. So that's going to be the key right there. And then, always ask questions like, okay, well, if this situation happened, what would I do? Or, how would you handle that? And so, and then observe your leaders, and then go back and duplicate. Look, y'all, we have a proven system right here. So there's no point in reinventing the wheel. For what? We have leaders that are going to actually show you. So all you have to do is observe what they do, and then go back and duplicate. So that's the key right there. And so, anybody that knows me, y'all know that I'm very strong on mindset, very strong on, self-development. And so you have to have a certain mindset, in order for your business to, reach the levels that you want. So you have to realize that you're going to have a no. You're going to have people that tell you no. And so how are you going to handle that no, though? Are you going to handle it as a no? I'm not going to talk to this person anymore. I'm never going to contact them. Or no, maybe it's just not a not, it's just a not now. Maybe they're just not ready. Maybe there's something going on. And I'll reach back out to them in a couple of days and see if the situation's different. Um, like I tell anybody, with me, if somebody tells me no, it's not going to hurt me. Because you have to develop, thick skin, and you have to know that, okay, well, this person said no, but the next person is not going to tell me no that I get on that phone with. Um, that's just in my mindset. So, and then become an expert at what you're giving to these people. If you get on the phone and you don't know all the products, there's still a couple of them that I still don't know. I'm just being transparent. So I speak on what I know, and then you know even though I don't mention the other 12 services we offer, they think that I do. Because I'm going to tell them the things that I know with so much confidence that they're going to say, oh, well, this girl knows what she's talking about. And so develop posture, and then, set a goal and make it happen. So you can't reach a target or a goal that you can't see, if that makes sense. It's impossible. So you have to know what you're wanting, how you're going to get it, and you're going to give yourself a time frame to get that. And so, and then after you do that, go out and execute, and make it happen. And so, consistent actions creates consistent results. So it's all about consistency. It's all about moving forward, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter, who tells you no, or who, discourages you, you have to be consistent, and you have to be positive. And so hopefully, that helped y'all as far as, customer acquisition. And so, um, hold on, y'all. Trying to figure out how to share. Can everybody see me?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can see you. This is Uncle Net. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm getting ready to bring one of my mentors on the phone. We're on the line, Mr. Gary Edwards, and he's going to continue with showing y'all different ways of, growing your business as far as, as far as leads, lead generation. And he has an amazing presentation for y'all. And so truly honored in, like I said, he has been a major role model for me, a major coach for me. There's never been a time where I needed him where he wasn't there. And so, like I said, I truly appreciate his mentorship and his guidance. And so, without further ado, I'm going to bring Mr. Gary Edwards. He is a executive elite in the company, and so I'm going to bring him on, and he's going to finish up with customer acquisition and lead generation. So, without being said, Mr. Gary Edwards, have you made it to the call, sir?
Yes, I have. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Take it away.
All right, awesome, awesome. Just want to give a shout out to you. You definitely have been a blessing in this organization on this team, and we're definitely proud of you for all the work you put in. Definitely excited for the rest of the year have in store for you, and I'm excited for everyone else for this year. And as you said, my name is Gary D. Edwards. I'm a executive elite. Still trying to get used to these titles, but just bear with me here. But I've only been with the company for 7 months. It's definitely been a great journey. It all started with my credit. Just a brief overview of myself. From North Carolina, moved down to Atlanta 2009. Went to school for music, so that's what brought me down here. So I've been working as a recording engineer over the years. And even before COVID, I was helping run a photo booth company. But of course, once that hit, things had to change, had to figure some stuff out. Max had a lot of credit cards to get by. So my cousin, Mr. Jamal Payne, he introduced me to this platform, helped me with my credit score. So in 3 months, I went from a 620, and I seen an 80-point increase with my score. And then I saw a great opportunity to work alongside with him and really create a legacy and create that time and financial freedom we all want in this company, right? So that's a little about me. So tonight I'm going to share my screen. I want to talk about how we going to stop the scroll, right? We're going to talk about how we going to get these customers and attract more leads to your page. And pretty much to start off with, we got to take a step back here because now that you're running your own business, and maybe most of you have never ran your own business before, it's time to really think like you are now your own brand with this. And so your online persona can reflect your values and professional skills when you share content online. So from here on out, what you create and share or react to, it becomes part of this public narrative. So if you're trying to tell everybody you're this credit guru, this credit expert, but you're uploading pictures of dog videos or pictures of food all the time, who's going to take you seriously, right? So branding is all about ensuring that people's perception is the one that you really want to have. So if things are struggling for you, if trying to figure out how to get things on track, it comes to like three simple things in my eyes. Because these days, new contacts, we're meeting these people online most of the time, right? So the first impressions, that's everything. And this to even determine if we're even safe to work with. And I always look at these three simple things whenever an agent is struggling. So what's your profile looking like? Is it a nice business type photo? Uh, it could be a nice headshot. So when I say headshot, don't make it so close to where part of your head is cut off, like a nice shoulder length, or at least waist up with no body parts cut off, right? And absolutely no filters. I think that's becoming a pet peeve of mine because I think we're making these flyers for you every day um, to present the information for you. So imagine, if you're the potential client and you're scrolling and you see a flyer, you got two people here with a high quality photo, and then here you are with a lot of Instagram filters. Would you think that customer will want to attend your overview? So it's the stuff that you really got to think about. And it doesn't cost much. You don't even have to hire a professional photographer with this. Just put on a nice outfit, post up against a plain wall, then have somebody take a few photos of you. Because at the end of the day, we're removing the background for you anyway for these flyers. Next up, your bio. And it's crazy how I've seen agents, they neglect this part. And this is the perfect opportunity to let the people know what you're doing and to even convince them to engage with what you're doing. And last up, your cover photo. How is that looking? You want this to be branded and represent your business. I know when we're all starting, we may not have this type of material. But do you have any family photos? A big family photo can go a long way, or even like a motivational quote about generational wealth. That's how I started. And with the cover photo, this is why it's also important to attend the events, because, not only are you getting the information from the top leaders, but there's so much content that you can get from just one event. And I still have content from the Dallas event that I still haven't used. So make it really important to attend these events, and you can grab a lot of content for your page that can last you for a while and really make your page stand out. And did you know that it only takes 50 milliseconds for users to even form an opinion about your page, whether they even stay or leave? So if any of those three are not in sync with each other, then the odds of closing that potential customer or agent will be much slimmer. So once you get those three things in order, just like Starrlyn says, it's all about finding your target audience, because not everyone is even going to be your customer. And so people in your target audience, they will have similar characteristics in common, and they fall into these three broad categories. So you really want to think, like, take a moment tonight and write out who is your ideal customer. Think about the demographics. What's their age? That's pretty simple to figure out. So most of these people are 25 and up, close to 25 to 50. What's the gender? Do you want to target just females, or do you want to target males? What's their location? What's their education? What type of interests do they have? What type of behaviors do they have? Do they read certain magazines? Do they travel to certain places or like certain teams? And it's okay to have a secondary audience, but I wouldn't recommend going anything beyond that, because now you're slowly starting to get a little too broad. So say for me, for example, I'm involved in music and acting. So I'm targeting people in the entertainment industry, but I know those people, while they're pursuing their dreams, they're doing gig type work, whereas Uber, Instacart, Lyft. So that would be my secondary target audience. So yeah, just a few ways for how you find your audience. You want to determine where these people hang out. So as Ms. Starrlyn said, groups and forums, it can be a gold mine of people, and all it takes is just searching. And I came across this: take your top 3 interests, add yourself to at least 5 groups from each interest. When Eric Rory, he had his training. I couldn't remember the lady's name, but she mentioned this tip. And when I started, it's a slow process, but after I applied that tip alone, that really put things in momentum. So now I wasn't stressing about getting enrollment. I was too busy filling up Jamal's calendar with so many people that I can relate to. And that makes the conversations that much easier when you find these types of groups. And another way to find these groups is paid advertisement. I mean, Facebook is definitely a powerful platform. And if you set a certain budget to the side, they can find the people for you. Instagram shout outs is another great way, and LinkedIn posts. And at the end of this, I'll show a quick example from each with the group and on Facebook ads. So with LinkedIn, I highly recommend you check out Coach Legend's video on how to find leads on LinkedIn. So I will post that in the group after this. So once you figure out your target audience, it's time to decide what's your content goals. And I feel like that's pretty simple for everybody when they start. It's all about increased brand awareness. And as you continue to go, then it can go more into sales lead generation. But I feel like increased brand is the main way to go. So don't trip if you post in, you don't see a lot of engagement. I promise you, these people are watching you. They just want to see how consistent that you want to be with this. So like Ms. Starrlyn said, adding new people and posting consistently. That posting strategy is key to making this work. So when you get that going, it's time to decide how you're going to find your ideas. Well, you want to create what is called a swipe file. Now, a swipe file is a collection of tested and proven advertising sales letters. It's very common, and it gives a great reference for your ideas. So I feel like you cannot say you don't know what you're going to talk about, or what kind of post would you put, because it's good to follow the leaders, right? Because they have the material for you to use. So let's just say, I want to create a swipe file. Let's say, for example, I'm going to look up Ajaya. Let's see if my computer will let me. Let's see, Ajaya. All right, let's see what Ajaya has. So let's say we want to find some motivational posts, right? So let's say, okay, here's one right here. Let's say I use this for tomorrow. So I want to create a swipe file. So I'm pretty sure you're probably already doing this. You just didn't know there's a term for it. So I'm just going to just save this post. And now I'm going to create a whole new collection. As you can see, I already have one started. So I can just say swipe files. And then, create that. So as I'm going towards her page, here's another one. I'm going to save this one. Swipe files. So you can see in less than like 5 seconds, I'm gaining material that you can use all throughout the week. And this is the same strategy that I use to find ideas to make my reels. And even like with frequent asked questions, like the protection plan has a lot of material that you can use. If you go into your back office, you can see, I probably have to refresh this. Let me see. Yep. So if you go in the back office, almost every tab, they have a Q&A section. Like the material is all here for you to use for your credit tips, or even when you start making videos and you don't know what to say, they literally have it right here on what you can say. It's just all about just turning on your camera and record. Got a whole bunch of tips here. Even with the credit builder, they got a whole bunch of forms that you can use as examples for your topics. Like you can make a topic on how to avoid foreclosure. How does your credit score affect your rates on the mortgage? 6 worst things to appear on your credit report. So like I said, this all material is here. So there's really no excuse on what you cannot talk about, because it's all there. And I feel like once you get that material, we have to start being more comfortable being on camera. And Instagram Reels has definitely been a powerful tool. And it's great to grow your content, advertise, and really just show off how unique and creative you can be. And it's a great way to communicate with your intended target audience. So it all ties in together. And Reels, they definitely gain more traction. They gain 3 to 4 times more views than any other post on Instagram because of the algorithm. It made it more accessible to people's feeds. I put up an example of my stats so far, and I'm really just now getting started with Instagram Reels. Like I played around with it before, and as you can see, the little times that I have played around, there's been spikes at it. And just playing around with it the last 30 days, my Reels have reached close to 20,000 people. And I haven't paid a single dime on this. And you can see like Reels, they generate way more reach than anything I've done. So imagine you creating your swipe files, you got all the material that you need. You can make 1 reel a day, and that's going to create like such momentum, because as people are liking your reels, what do you want to do? Go into the people that's liking it and say, hey, thank you for liking my reel. Are you just being supportive, or would you like some information? Like, it's a great icebreaker with this. So when you make your videos, or if you're making your credit tips, you definitely don't want to neglect the headline. I mean, even if it's not a formal headline, you want to think about the titles of your videos, the first couple of words to get that person's attention. The same way that you'll think when you see something on a newspaper or magazine that catches your attention. And you could take a screenshot of this. Here are some headline templates that you can really use immediately. As I brought up with the protection plan, it had like 6 worst things to appear on your credit score, right? So yeah, this is definitely something easy that can get you on the right place, on the right track if you're trying to figure out what you want to talk about. And if you really want to step your copy game, your copywriting game up, I recommend this book, Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. It's definitely helped me earn a good couple of $1,000s before I even came into this business with other online business I've been using. And just to briefly go over Instagram shout outs, it's something, if you really want to build your Instagram page, it's time to put a budget to the side with this. And this is by far the fastest and most effective ways to build followers and to gain awareness on Instagram. And just to give you a quick example of how that works. So say like for your target audience, they like to listen and watch the Shade Room. Well, you see Shade Room has 26 million followers. So if you ask them for a shout out, they're definitely going to charge you like 2,500 or more. But the idea behind this is you want to find accounts that has similar interests that meets your target audience that has at least 25,000, because they're going to be the most affordable to start you off. And you can get a good shout out for just $20 for maybe 2 days. So, when you're starting off, you probably want to do 1 or maybe 2 shout outs a week. And as you slowly be able to close more customers from that, then you can start raising up your budget. And this will be the script that you use as you try to search for your influencers. So if you hit this button right here on your Instagram, that's going to bring up more pages that are similar to your target audience. So you'll never run out of who to send your message to with these influencers. And so the end goal with the shout outs is going to increase brand awareness. You're going to reach new audiences, acquire better customers, generate sales, and drive lead generation. And I just want to end this off by showing some of the apps that I use the most for my pictures, flyers, and videos. So, of course, Canva is my go-to for that. Background eraser, it's definitely a great tool. I edit all my videos on an InShot, and you can get some good templates for your stories and reels on Mojo. And Big VU is a teleprompter app, so I recommend that for people that's not comfortable talking on camera, because you can write your own scripts in that app and it'll appear on the screen. So that can definitely help remove some of that nervousness and get you going if you're not used to talking on camera. So that will conclude this presentation right here. I just want to quickly go over a software that I use to get my leads. So when Ms. Starrlyn was talking about the groups, the same thing applies. It's just I use an app. It's called Genius. Hold on 1 second. It's called Genius Connector. So this is an awesome app. So if you have the budget for it, this can save a lot of time for you. So I pay like $67 a month on it. It's definitely a great investment. So let's say, like, for example, I'm gonna target a business group. I want to add some new people from a business group. So when you add people on a group, I see mains in here. So you want to go to members with things in common. That makes it easier for Facebook to say, like, okay, you most likely know this person because you're mutual friends, and you want to go with people that have mutual friends with you. So what I would do, say, like, I want to add 50 people from this group. So when you load up the software, it's all automated on the timer. So I can set how much time in between to send out a friend request. I can put the number of friend requests I want. or if I left this page up and I want to continue from a last search, I can do that. I can also send them pre-made messages as I'm sending these friend requests. So let's just say I just sent a random message. I don't think I have a message for this group, but let's just say I want to send out a couple of friend requests. So I'll just do this for time's sake. So when I hit run, every 30 to 60 seconds, it's going to send out a friend request. Now, of course, you don't want to add people that fast. So that's why they have the different intervals for the timers. And as you add these people and you start talking to them, you can create labels that'll make it very easy for you to follow up with. So say like I added her. If I go to the Genius Messenger, you can see the different labels here. So if I added somebody on Messenger, one second. So let's say like Krishna, she was a potential customer. I can create a whole new label for her. So it would just be like new customers. And I can change the color of it. So I'm gonna make it like red. So now let's refresh it. They want to come up. Okay. So now I can add her in. So as I continue to talk to new customers, the same applies. I can just add them as a label. So then it just makes it that much easier. When Friday comes, I can just pull up this label and it'll have, everybody that I can just easily follow up with. So, if you're interested in this software, just let me know. I can send you the link to it. Another thing I want to show you real quick is how to create a Facebook ad. So let's switch accounts real quick.
Oh,
So the
God.
first thing we all need, if you're going to do this, you need a Facebook business account. So what you'll do, you just type business. Well, now it's Meta Business Suite, and create your account. And when you're on your main page, you'll see the ads manager here. So let's say I'm going to create an event. So the last thing I tried to do when Amina was down here in Atlanta, I tried to create an event for that. So for example, let's say I want to promote that. That's coming up this weekend. So I'll just name it Amina event. Yep. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. All right. So the event's called Amina. The goal is to have people send a message to me. So that's what these options are. When you create a business account, it's going to create your own business Facebook page, which you can also link to your Instagram page. Here's where you can set your budget, and you can really set your budget pretty low. You can do as really little as $3 a day if you wanted to. And I wanted to start running this ad. Let's see. Trying to see why it's not. Well, let's just say this was today's date. I can either set an end date here, or I can just make this running continuously. And this is where Facebook can get real powerful on finding your target audience here. So as you can see, I was targeting just people that was living in Atlanta. You can see the age here. I was targeting women, and this is where you can you can really target your audience. Small business owners, business opportunity, home business, passive income. Like, it's crazy how Facebook can find these types of people with these types of interests. With the going back to the presentation with the demographics, where Facebook is very powerful with this. And let's see, going to the next screen. This is where the copywriting all comes into play. So you just want to make sure those first few messages, those first few words in your copyright, if you're going to make these types of ads, they got to really stand out. And as you see, if you get a high quality flyer on top of great copywriting, it's going to give you some great results with little ad spend, in my opinion. It's never been a time where I felt like I wasted. Like, if you're gonna go into Facebook ads, you got to know, like, if I'm spending this amount, I'm gonna be cool with because we're all testing here, and you gotta continuously test. Like, even when you're just posting normal posts from your leaders, not every post is gonna pop off, but that's why it's always good to have a collection of swipe files, so you'll never run out of material, and the odds of your post getting crazy engagement will go even higher. So I guess that'll conclude my portion of it. If anybody have any questions about these Facebook ads, I can try to do my best to answer them, or anything else that you've seen. So just let me know.
What's the most leads you done got from one of them paid ads?
The most leads?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to, I'll go to my actual business page. So I used the photo that from our camera that we took in Dallas. It had all the girls at Kyra and all them on there. And I believe it was Daryl who posted the copyright for it. So I combined the two, pull up the ad, and you can see the number of engagement that I reached 24,000 people. Then well over 800 comments on this. So this is by far the most. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Facebook is so powerful when you really find your target audience. These are the type of results you're going to get. And this is from an agent. This is an agent post here.
Dang.
So, I definitely recommend, don't sleep on Facebook ads. Just, really try to set a budget for either this or Instagram shout outs, whichever which platform you really want to build. And definitely don't sleep on LinkedIn. I know I have for a long time. And after I watched Coach Legend's video, just in the first day alone, I had close to 30 leads from just all agents that I still need to go back on. But I will say, Coach Legend was showing you a free method to do it. You can still pay for ads on there, but I feel like it's a little too expensive for me for right now, because they'll charge you like $15 per applicant. And I'm not, I'm going to take the free route with that. But again, like the same posting strategies can happen on LinkedIn. So whatever you posting on Facebook, it can go right to LinkedIn. So I feel like we all need to be more versatile on the platforms, because you never know. Facebook can shut down, which they did at one point for like a day, sometime last year, and like the world went crazy. So as you know, adding these people, it still comes down to the list. You want to make sure you're still writing out your list